Hey, it's Captain James with A Latte Fun Fishing. Have you been thinking about getting your captain's license? Today's video, I'm going to tell you a little bit about that. So here we go. Let's dive in. First, there's some minimum requirements. Regardless of what type of license that you're interested in, you must meet all of these requirements. So first, you must be at least 18 years of age. You do not have to be a United States citizen, but you may have to show proof that you're here legally. Second, you have to have 360 days on the water. 90 of those days have to be within the last 3 years. That's what the U.S. Coast Guard calls recency. You have to pass a physical and a drug test. You have to hold a valid CPR and basic first aid card. You have to also obtain a TWIC card, which is a Transportation Workers Identification Card. And you have to pass the Coast Guard approved test. Now, I went through an online school called Mariner's Learning System. And let me just show you what that looks like. So here is the captain in a box. It's the easiest way to do this. Now, there's a lot of schools that do a great job. One of the interesting things about the Mariner's Learning System is they don't just teach the test, they actually give you a lot more information than you're actually going to need just for the test. So the course subjects included navigation rules of the road, aids to navigation and chart plotting, electronic navigation, characteristics of weather systems, life-saving equipment, and safety. One of the other important things I really wanted to touch on is the exam modules. There's actually 4 exams. The number of questions are different, and the minimum score required are different. So first, rules of the road, 50 questions. You have to achieve a minimum score of 90%, which means you can miss 5 and still pass. Plotting, the number of questions are 10. You still need to score 90%, which means you can only miss 1 question. Navigational general, 50 questions with a minimum score required of 70%, which means you can miss 15. Deck general, again, 50 questions with a minimum score of 70%, which means you can miss 15 and still pass. So there's other things that you can add to your license as well. You can add endorsements, like a towing endorsement, which means you can charge a fee to help a vessel in distress. Maybe they're out of gas, they've run aground, and you're going to tow them off, tow them back to safe harbor. You can add a sailing endorsement. But my particular license that I have is OPV near shore or out to 100 miles. Now, there's a caveat to that. So I have that license, but I also had to apply for a Florida state license, which allows me to carry passengers out to, state waters for fishing. So there's a lot of information. Mariner's Learning System will actually help you. They will put your packet together, help you submit it to the Coast Guard with all the documents. It takes all the guesswork out of it and really makes it easy for the Capt. So I hope that helps. Just a brief overview. And real quick, I wanted to touch base on cost. So the cost of the course, and let's see if I can pop that up again. There we go. The cost of the course through Mariners is about $600. Plus, you'll also need your state licensing, your CPR class, which I found one local. The YMCA does it. It's about $40. You'll also need to do your physical and drug test, which I believe was about $150. So all in, you're probably looking right around $1,000 to get your license and get set up. And this doesn't include any business fees. Obviously, if you're going to be doing this professionally, you want to make sure you're insured, because our number one responsibility as a captain is the safety of our passengers. So none of this means anything if you're not operating safe. So anyway, again, I hope that helps. Until next time, I've been Captain James, hoping you have a latte fun fishing.